Oh, hola, welcome to Goon Guidance. I have to see if it was on. So, Goon Guidance. This is going to be on multiple platforms. On Facebook and YouTube, you can find me at Goon Guidance, Goune Guidance, or on social media. And on Twitter and Instagram, you can find me at Goon, Goune, with a period in between each letter. So yeah, welcome. So the purpose of this video today is to discuss my purpose. I am a guide to energetic gardening. My garden is Goon. Goon is God over universal negative energy. That is my garden. And my name is, well, my real name is Earth. My earthly name is different, but this is my spiritual name. My spiritual name is Yaya. Yaya, to my knowledge, is mother in Swahili. I am Yaya the Goon. I am the mother of my garden. That means I nurture my garden and I love my garden, but I do not control the growth of my garden. I control what I contribute to my garden. I help my garden grow. As a mother, you can't control your child, but you can help the growth of your child. You cannot control the growth of your child. You cannot tell your child, stop growing, no, or grow, no. You can tell your child, I will assist you I will guide you upon your growth. You can come to me whenever, and I will come to you when I feel like you need my help. There we go. Now, okay, I had to make sure I was good. So, my purpose is energetic gardening. I'm a guide to energetic gardening. What is energetic gardening? Now, let's talk about what your garden is. Your garden is your mind. That is your garden, your mind. So, you need to be mindful of what energy is coming in and what energy you're putting out. So, your garden. If there are creatures in your garden, all creatures in your garden must have wings. If you have creatures in your garden that still walk the earth but cannot fly, you need to remove them. Snakes don't have wings. They can't fly. Serpent, anything that only can walk on the earthly plane must leave your garden. Because the only earthly thing that is on your garden is you. You are the only thing that keeps your garden grounded. So therefore, there needs to be no other earthly thing in your garden that can't fly. A bee flies. They're healing. They spread, they pollinate. They do nothing but pollinate. If they sting you, it's because they felt they had to, not because they wanted to. Butterfly, that represents transformation. You notice a caterpillar only can walk the earthly plane. They never fly. But to become a butterfly, they have wings. They must earn their wings. They must go through a time of transformation. A dragonfly, they're very free. They're near water, but they fly. They flow with the current. A bird, they fly. All the creatures in your garden must be able to fly to give you a godly view, to give you a view of the overall garden, to come back to you and tell you, hey, there's something over here that needs help. You must come to it and tend to it. You must be mindful of who is in your garden. You have snakes in your garden. Now, snakes can transform. They can. You can help. Because the snake is your garden for one reason and one reason only. To get something. To help them grow. Now, you can choose what you give them. Now, if you have a snake in your garden, the snake can transform into a bigger snake. That's true. But it can also transform into a different creature. They can shapeshift. Now, because they're still an earthly being, so they can shapeshift into other earthly beings. When you have wings, you shapeshift into other beings that have wings, that are of purity. Wings come with purity. You can't just give them bitches away. They have to be earned, because you have to learn how to fly. Now, a snake can shift into a alligator and get a thicker skin, or it can shift into a dragon and get a thicker skin, but it earned its wings. You can help them, guide them. You since it's your garden and your garden is your mind, you have the knowledge and the wisdom to help guide them to different things, but you have to be mindful of what they're seeking. Because they can be seeking to grow limbs, because that's what, to be a snake and to become a alligator or a dragon, you have to grow limbs. But you have to be mindful of what knowledge and wisdom you're sharing with them because of their intentions. They may be trying to grow limbs, but they may not be trying to grow wings. There's a difference between just growing limbs and growing wings. Y'all need to be mindful of what the snake is trying to do. Because if they're trying to remain a snake, you must remove them. Because they're trying to stay on this earthly plane. If they're trying to transform into an alligator, you must remove them, because they're just trying to be a more powerful earthly being. That's not going to work. They're trying to be a dragon. That means they're trying to be a god amongst men. That means they can still be on this earthly plane, but they're trying to fly high. Speak to God. Talk to God. This is energetic gardening. When I say energetic gardening, that means you need to be mindful of the relationships you have. That's gardening. Because your relationship with your garden is how you interact. That's why energetic gardening is so vital. And I push it so crazily, because you have to be mindful of what is in your garden and how is it contributing to your garden. Because you have snakes in your garden. A snake is a low vibrational being. A caterpillar is a low vibration, in this sense, is a low vibrational being. An alligator in this sense is a low vibrational being. Anything that walks only on this earth in this sense is a low vibrational being, because it has not earned its wings. And the only thing that needs to still have legs in your garden is you, because you keep the garden grounded. You are the only thing that keeps this garden grounded, because it's your mind. So you are the only person that can ground this garden, and God too. That's not. Now, since you are mindful now of what you are contributing to your garden, you must also realize you have no control over the growth of your garden. That means you have no control over the weather. That's God's part. God makes it rain. God makes it shine. Put the clouds up, all that. You need to be mindful. You cannot control that. You cannot control the growth of your garden. That is God's. Now, let's get back to the creatures in your garden. If they are low vibrational creatures, they only eat. And, well, they can spread seeds. But what seeds are they spreading? And how are they? No, seeds are not for them to plant in your garden. No. They cannot plant seeds in your garden. So, no, they're doing nothing but eating, because they can't plant seeds in your garden. This is your garden. They can give you a seed, but you must plant. That's why you must have high vibrational beings in your garden, so they can show you your garden and show you the growth and make you see the growth. They can't make shit grow, but they can make you see the growth of your garden. Okay? Okay. There's somebody in my fucking energy. Can you please remove them out my fucking energy? Please. I'm sorry. I feel it, and I'm really. Thank you. Look at God. Y'all don't even know the card just pulled off. And I felt them in my energy. That's crazy. Well, that's not crazy, but that just shows you if you ask, it will happen. I asked for them to be removed because they were watching me. You need to also be mindful. If somebody's looking at that's all snakes and alligators and low vibrational creatures do when they're in your garden. They just watch your garden. They just look in your garden and to see what is happening in your garden. They don't help shit plant. They just watch. Just watch. That's why I'm saying your garden is your mind. People watch how you think. People know how you think. That's why you have to be mindful of who's in your garden, because they can just be watching how you think, so they can know when you're gardening in this area, so they can eat your crops in this area. You feel me? You see? Yeah. Be mindful. Be mindful. And you also need to be mindful of how people get into your garden. When people watch you, that's them getting in your garden. When people day in and day out just sit there and look at you and watch what you do, that's them getting in your garden, because they watching how you move. If they ask you certain questions just to see how you answer them, they're trying to get into your garden. They're trying to get into your mind. Y'all need to be conscious of that. That's your garden. That's how you protect your garden. Oh, I'm sorry. So, my purpose is to help guide you through your gardening. So let's get back on the seeds, on how you're contributing to your garden, the seeds you plant. If you notice certain trees bear fruit when you do certain things, you should continue to do those things. If you notice your trees in your gardens and the flowers in your garden look beautiful and they blossom when you are caring for yourself, when you only worry about things you can control, which is you. You can only control your thought patterns and your actions. You can't control nothing else but you. You realize how powerful you are and how beautiful your garden can become when you focus on you and solely you. You begin to get a understanding, not even understanding, an understanding, so you can get an overstanding. That's why you need to surround yourself with high vibrational people that have wings, so you can get an overstanding. An overstanding is a bird's eye view. An understanding means I'm in my garden and I am aware of everything in it. An understanding means I'm at the fence looking at my garden and just watching. But an understanding is I'm aware of every single thing in my garden. An overstanding is I can see how everything is interacting with each other in my garden. That's why I come in. I guide to give you that bird's eye view. Like, you may tell me a situation and I may tell you how it's affecting you by what you said. And that's just what I do. I read mindsets. That's what I do. That's why I'm so picky about how people talk to me and how I talk to people. Tone and intentions, that they can be seen. I see those. When you talk to me about how you speak to me and what you say to me, I understand where you think you stand with me and how you think I stand with you and how you think our hierarchy works. It's just how it is. It's not to say you better watch how you talk to me. Well, shit, you better. But it's to be mindful of how you speak to everybody, because you don't know who has this gift and who doesn't. If you will see me on a regular street, you would think I'm an idiot. I want to know. Some people assume. I ain't gonna say that. Some people assume I know nothing because I have locks and I like to wear socks and sandals and I like to be comfortable. But I'm a very intellectual being. But I don't have to show it. Speak to me and you will know. But that's just how crucial being mindful of your garden is. Because since I'm so mindful of my garden, I never judge the garden of another's. Loving your garden, nurturing your garden makes you grateful for what you have in your garden. And it also makes you appreciate what others have in their garden. I give compliments freely and lovingly because everybody needs them. People need to be aware of how beautiful their garden is becoming. It's simple acts of kindness. They come back to you. Be mindful of how you're gardening your garden and how you're watching other people's garden, because that isn't your fucking business, honestly. You need to pay 100% attention to your garden. You can glance at somebody else and be like, hey, she's planting lilies. That's a great idea. And then come back to your garden and be like, where can I plant lilies? Where can I plant an oak tree? Where can I plant an apple tree? How can I plant it to fit my garden? Don't base your garden off other people's. Say her garden, you can say lilies are pretty in her garden. Then you look at your garden and be like, I don't see anywhere where lilies will fit. It's not making a good sense to me. And you can keep gardening your garden without the lilies, because they're going to be okay without them. Your garden didn't have lilies before and it cannot have them now. Be mindful of that. But if I come along and I show you a way to plant lilies to make them beautiful to your garden, you can take note of that. I can't force you to plant these seeds, but I can help you plant them. That's what my purpose is. I help to plant. I help people understand the seeds that they have already planted and how to help them grow, and I help people understand when they have creatures in their garden, they are still low vibrational beings. And I help people transform different creatures in their garden to high vibrational beings. That's my purpose. That's what I do. I guide by telling you the relationships you have in your life, and I make you. I don't tell you if they're good or bad. I make you assess them. I make you assess them and come to your own conclusions. But I will throw motherfucking hints like a pow, 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 pow. And I will make you aware of what is happening. Like, there are a lot of narcissists in people's life, and they don't even realize they're narcissists because they've been there for so long. They've become accustomed to their narcissistic ways. But that does not mean they're not a narcissist. That means you just used to them. And being used to shit don't mean it's good for you. Because when you were used to it, you were in a low vibrational place. Now you're trying to raise your vibration, but you have a low vibration in your energy. Or you're trying to raise your vibration, but you still have low vibrational people trying to pull you back to their mindset. And that's where I come in. I help try to guide you, and I help pull you out of that rabbit hole that they have dug you in, or you have fell up in. That's what I do. This is my purpose. And if you want my guidance and you want my help, then I am here. You can look at me. I have a website, Goon Guidance. You can type it in goonguidance.org. Goune guidance.org. And if you want my help, you can. So this is my video. This is YouTube, Vimeo, wherever I post this on. This is my video to determine my purpose and to explain how it works and how I interact with people and how it contributes to my overall lifestyle and how goon works. Because goon had a negative connotation to it. Goon are the outlaws, but they run by a code because they're a G. They run by code, and I do run by code, and this is my code. I'm mindful of my garden, and I'm protective of my garden. I know God is watching over my garden, and I know all the creatures in my garden have wings. I am conscious of that. And I make sure if I see a stick in my garden, I pick it up and I assess it, and I tell it, you either are going to grow wings or you're going to get out, and that's it. Y'all need to be mindful of what is in your garden now. Since now I have informed you upon what is in your garden, be mindful of it. Thank you. Namaste. Have a blessed day. Many blessings.